Wings on a naked man with cross-defiant arms, a sword. Must be the embodiment of a white supremacist. What else?
Let you know where we stand in the world. I think some people think we're further than where we are. I think even when you study stuff, man, people don't understand that civil rights and stuff just recently happened, not even a century ago. And it takes a very long time for progress to occur. So I think it's kind of good that we're going through this person. I think it's awesome.
If I'm in the room with the education I've had and the exposure I've had, having traveled all over the world, if I'm in the room with a Negro with a second education, second grade, we the same to the average white person. We both just niggas. My experiences, my exposure, my education means nothing.
I feel like Confederate monuments are glorified way too much in culture today. I feel like they are supposed to be used as a teaching tool when it comes to our ancestors and what they endured. However, Confederate monuments are extremely horrible, and the fact that we used to celebrate these people who have destroyed a nation, who basically were the roots of all of racism, is a problem. But I definitely do think that we need to replace these monuments and use these monuments as tools for learning.
Go. I think it's a worthy cause to talk about. Like, you can't push the issues under the rug as if they're not going on when we constantly see things that are happening that go against the kind of American dream or our rights as just people in general. So I think the Black Lives Matter movement is something very important because our lives do matter and they're constantly being taken without consequence.
I share those same sentiments. Like, it's sad to see so many different things happening, to see that so many people that you thought were your friends, but they secretly don't really like you. It's sad for the awakening, so to speak, but I mean, at the same time, it's very necessary. It's necessary to see it all.
When I think about white supremacy, I think about the state of oppression. I think about being colonized in a sense. I think about the indignities of not having a system of equality, of justice. Definitely when I think of white supremacy, I think of reformation through policy and through state of law, that change must happen. That's it.
To me, it's just crazy that people can say all lives matter, but they can't think for 1 second that all lives do matter, but a specific life right now is not getting treatment, no equality. How could you say all lives matter when you can't stop and take a second to think about one life that goes through something so terrible every day?
My feelings on white supremacy, it's kind of bigger than what is going on here in America under the president. I mean, you look at it historically, it's global. The colonization of Africa, India, South America, North America, Australia. So there's centuries worth of historical data that reference white supremacy. But I think what upsets and frustrates me more with the white supremacy that we're dealing with now is the lack of black unity. And I look at communities here in America, such as the Jewish community and the Chinese community. They're not immune from the racism of white people, but because of their brotherhood and their unification and their coming together economically, they're better insulated, whereas we don't have that brotherhood, that unity, that insulation. So we're more susceptible to the effects of that supremacy, being disproportionately killed by the police and whatnot. So, yeah, white supremacy is a problem, but even a bigger problem is our lack of black unity.